All right, let's talk about a global energy giant that is facing a true moment of truth. We're talking about Indonesia's coal industry. It is standing at a massive crossroads. And believe me, the ground is shifting right under its feet. So what's the game plan?
And that right there, that's the big question we're diving into. The decisions being made right now are going to send massive ripples across global energy, international trade, and of course, Indonesia's own economic future. The stakes, they really couldn't be any higher.
So let's just jump right in. To really get where the industry is headed, you first have to grasp the incredible scale it's working on, and the core dilemma it's kind of trapped in at this very moment.
First off, let's just get our heads around the size of this thing. Indonesia is the world's fourth largest coal producer. Now, that's not just a number on a chart. It means the country is absolutely essential for global energy security, period.
And this size puts the industry in a classic squeeze, caught between a rock and a hard place. On one side, you've got this volatile global market you have to serve, and on the other, you're required to fuel your own nation's absolutely explosive industrial growth. It's a serious high-wire act, and there's no safety net.
Okay, so let's unpack that first pressure point, the external challenges. Because the global market for coal, it's changing, and it's changing fast. And Indonesia is right at the epicenter of this whole shakeup.
You see, the global picture is getting, well, complicated. On one hand, you have traditional powerhouses like China and India who are changing their strategy. They're boosting your own production and looking at cleaner energy. But then, on the other hand, new doors are swinging open in these fast-growing ASEAN markets. So for Indonesian producers, this creates a massive question. How do you pivot when your biggest customers are literally changing the rules of the game?
But, finding new buyers is only half the battle. The other major pressure point comes from right at home, from Indonesia's own complex and, frankly, constantly shifting domestic policy maze.
Now, a huge piece of this puzzle is what's called the Domestic Market Obligation, or DMO. Basically, it's a government rule that forces coal producers to sell a chunk of their product inside Indonesia, and often at a fixed lower price. Why? Well, the goal is to keep the lights on and power the country's own industrial machine.
So where's all this domestic coal actually going? Well, demand is absolutely surging from the very industries that are building the nation's future. We're talking mineral smelters, cement factories, paper mills. The country's growth is literally being forged and fueled by its own coal supply.
So you're facing a global squeeze and a domestic maze. Is the industry just sitting back and waiting to see what happens? No way. It's writing a brand new playbook for survival and for growth. Let's take a look at what that strategy actually looks like.
The core strategy, and this is coming straight from the CEOs themselves, it really boils down to three key steps. First, you optimize your current operations. Make them as lean and efficient as humanly possible. Second, you expand downstream, turning that raw coal into higher value products. And third, this is the big one, you diversify beyond coal entirely, into new sectors like strategic minerals or even renewables.
This quote from industry leaders really says it all. The goal is building resilience amid evolving policies and the energy transition. See, this isn't just about surviving anymore. It's about redesigning the entire business for a completely new reality. Okay, so you've got these complex global shifts. You've got tricky domestic policies and a whole new strategic playbook being written in real time. The question becomes, where on earth can you go to get ahead of these changes, to really understand the new rules, and to connect with the leaders making these huge decisions? Well, there is only one place. And here it is, the 2026 Indonesia Coal Outlook Conference. This is the annual gathering where all these complex issues are tackled head-on. Honestly, for anyone whose business depends on the future of Indonesian coal, this isn't just another event. It's the essential strategic forum for the entire year.
And think about who you're going to be in the room with. The coal company CEOs who are actually driving this new strategy, the government officials who are writing the policies, the international buyers who are making the deals, and the investors who are funding the future. It's the entire ecosystem all in one place. It is the definitive platform for high-level strategy and networking.
This is where you get the answers you need. You'll uncover the latest government policy directions, sometimes before they're even public. You'll get real-time intelligence on global price outlooks, you'll hear CEO strategies firsthand, and you'll finally understand the future of that critical DMO. You don't just leave with a notebook full of information, you leave with a strategic roadmap.
And look, this isn't just theory. The agenda is specifically built for direct access. You'll hear the government's keynote on energy policy,
You'll listen to CEOs debate growth and resilience live on stage, and you'll get these incredible deep dives into shifting demand from China and India. This is where all those strategies we just talked about really come to life.
So if navigating this incredibly complex future is part of your job description, then securing your place at this conference is probably the most important next step you can take. So get your calendar out right now, May 5th, 2025, at the JW Marriott Hotel in Jakarta. This is the one day that is going to define your strategic agenda for the rest of the year and well into 2026.
And you know it's a top-tier event because it's brought to you by two of the most trusted names in the entire industry, Petromindo Group and CoalMetalAsia Magazine. That ensures the highest quality of insights and, of course, networking.
Okay, here is the most important takeaway from all of this. Early bird registration is now open. This is your only chance to guarantee your seat at the lowest possible rate. And given the stakes we've just talked about, these spots are going to fill up fast. You need to secure your place in the room where the future of Indonesia's coal industry will be decided. Seriously, do not wait on this.
So we're left with one last question. As Indonesia's coal industry navigates all these immense pressures, the real question is, are you ready for 2026? This conference is your chance to make absolutely sure the answer to that question is yes.